Manthus wine tastes the same as I remember. But where are those who share the memory?
It's going all right. 20 seconds in, we should be going. Everything should be on the up and up. Also, I need to open up a thing in my phone. It's wait, let me see. I'll also just give me a minute. It's gonna be a whole thing. Where it is? Is it gonna work or is it fuck? No, it should work. Oh, cool. Alrighty, ladies and I can actually set up a nice like image for once because it's the weird Stream Deck vibe thing. Anyways, this. We're gonna make that look nice. Zhongli's just gonna be living his best life. He's gonna be, well, no, him looking happy looks creepy as hell. Instead, we'll just do that. Blur the back. No, let's not blur the background. It makes it look all gross. This up and a little to the left, I guess. And all right, hopefully that works out. All right, boys. What good? Where's the button? Is it this one? Place. Is this the one? That's the one. Hi, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully you've had an absolutely spectacular night, day, or week. We are just going to be jumping around in good old Genshin. But we have some stuff that I need to get done. Is there some soul out there? This is our play together stream, so typically we try to aim to play together with people, but if everyone's like, fuck you, Grin, I'm playing my own game, and it's a single player game, and eat me, and I'm like, alright, chill out, totally cool. But I'm hoping I can jump into your guys' world and buy your rocks from your vendor because I've had this quest for a millennia. It's this one right here. It's the last one I got, which is to go to another random person's teapot salesman and buy their rocks. 5 of each, or 5 in total items for them. And then I'm finally done this round. And I only got one more round left, and I basically beat this round teapot, which is dope. And apparently, with the new update coming, you're going to be able to put companions in your house, but you're going to need special blueprints in order to make their like special area, like their special place, essentially. Which I don't know what that gives you. Does it give you like greater relationship gain? Does it give you like, I know it gives you some like dialogue, but is that it? Or do they give you more? Regardless, we got Ashley in the house, we got Fluff in the house, we got Second who popped in, we also got Nanny, of course, and we got Mulligan, except Mulligan on here is Catastrophe, which Mulligan, my god, please tell me that every single time you come in here. It'll take some time for me to meld that into my brain. But yes, also, Ashley, how is Titans on Netflix? That was one of those movies where I was like, I should watch it, because I was kind of bored and didn't have any anime to watch. But I never really did it. Apparently season 1 was rough, but I think maybe season 2 and whatnot got a little better. But yeah, that was me hearing stuff in the zeitgeist. Bluff says, only if you, oh yeah, for AR-16, unfortunately, you have to, that's when you get access to multiplayer. Yes, again, I really hope MiHoYo actually like builds out the multiplayer in a big way and not just, leaves it as is. It's a matter of who is the lowest. Yeah, but I can always join your world level if you want to play, because that is the point of this stream. Now, with that being said, I do have some things I need to quickly do as well. Like, I gotta do my dailies, resin burning, and then we can fuck around. Or you can just join me on that journey if you want. Nanny says, hi, what is good, Nanny? Ashley says, what? What is that? Are you noticing anything? Guys, I'll be honest, I'm not really into this song that we're listening to. It's kind of just, it's too repetitious. Where's the big version of my face? There it is. Okay, give me a minute. I'm gonna change this song. This is a little weird. What about this one? Too inspirational. That'll do. That is slow enough to where I won't focus on it, but it'll drown out the screams in my mind. I'm actually deranged anyway. This. Alright. We got fucking Quiet up in the house as well. Says hello. Ashley says, cuddles? You cuddle me? Oh my god. I'd give the biggest hugs. Although again, I'm very like bony in nature, and I'm not as like wonderfully squishy as other people, unfortunately. I got jagged edges and whatnot, so it'd be honestly be like a lot on my end. I'd be getting a lot out of it. You probably wouldn't. Anyways, I'd still take it though, because who can turn down a hug or something? Even in COVID land. Fluff says, some reason the stream title changed back to Fridays.
And those that come across Leo
Are you shitting me? Are you serious? All right, guys, give me another hot minute. Jesus. Oh, I don't know what I titled this fucking thing. God damn it. Does anyone remember what I titled the video? Wait, I might. Because the stream, maybe. Yes. Nope. What? Why did it? I don't know why I did that. Weird. Let me see. Is it like that? Is it fucked? Is the whole thing a nightmare? Let me see. If I go here, go to my channel. It's the same thing. I mean, no, it is the same bullshit. That is stupid. What happened? How do I fix it? What was the previous comment? What was the title? No. Does anyone remember what I called this? Please help. As it says, just don't crush me, grin. I'm small and really? That's awesome. we'll be jagged edges, just like, it'll be the worst. Fluff says, some reason, the stream, yeah, it's like that. Lone Syndicate says, I have arrived. What's up, grin? Always good to see you, Lone Syndicate. I came on over to the teapot. Thank you. Ashley says it's bloody good teen times. Okay. I heard some shit in the beginning. Maybe it's people being just douches potentially. Fluff says, thankfully my tab still has the original title. Send it. Oh, you did send it. Thank you. Thank you so much, Fluff. Oh my goodness, you're the best. Thank you. All right, how do I update this is the true question, because I have never done that before. Where? Oh, edit. There it is. Okay, edit. And it's one of these. Look at Fluff coming in absolute clutch. That's going. Perfect playlist. Oh, actually, I can do a lot from here. I'm starting to think I should stream through the YouTube app and not through OBS Streamlabs. Sorry, because it's rough. It doesn't work as well as you'd think. Also, is it better now? I could look. Actually, don't waste your precious time on me. Let me see. It is correct. Thank God. Also, has anyone checked out the second season or the second part of season 5 of a very charming show called Lucifer, which I think is coming to a close pretty soon here? Can I do that from here? I can. Good. Also, our girl Secondy's in a box. Secondly, I know you're one of the only people who watch Lucifer, so what you think? Or have you not had enough time because you've been playing Genshin, getting ready for 1.6, getting ready for your cute tiny boy named... I've blanked out on it. Not Scaramouche, whatever his name is. I know I was so good about saying it. Also, god damn it, the chat. I didn't scroll down. Scroll down. All right, thank you. We're back and we're here now. All right, I'm gonna see if Lone Syndicate is in game and if I can join his teapot and buy his shit. Please know, Lone Syndicate, if you do invite me, I will take all your rocks. I won't take your pet, your dogs, but I will take your rocks. Spark says, when do you unlock the teapot in Genshin? Says Spark. Sparks, I believe it comes unlocked when you are AR. It's either 35 or 45, I think. And you need to have completed a sufficient amount of the story up until the point in which you basically save leeway, I believe. So something around there. Yes. So it's a good bit of the story. And yeah. But yeah. Also, if you just type in how to get this round teapot, I made a video, and in the comments of that video, I go into more detail of how you get actually it's a reply to a comment of a person asking the same question. So it's there. It's there. If you want your boy's help in that specific kind of way, because I don't remember exactly the AR level that you need. Carthage says, I am here! Good to have you, Carthage. How has your day been, buddy? Anything crazy happened in the 24 hours that we were away? Or, not really, it's like more 12 hours or something. Not even that, actually. Ashley says, well, I read that. Fluff says, are you... Alright, I read that too. You had another boom. Ashley says, Bo Burnham's new special is amazing. Also, Genshin Comeback is the one... Okay, gotcha. Ashley, what was your favorite song from the special? Because that's huge. That's huge. Yes, I've watched season 5 of Lucifer. I haven't watched the ending, so don't spoil the part 2 for me. But I've gotten a little bit into it. The only thing I'll say, which is a slight, don't spoil, but I'll spoil just the okay. In what do you call it? In Lucifer, the season part 2, there's like one episode. This is not too much of a spoiler. There's one episode that they decided to pop off with like 6 different kind of like, what is it called when people burst into song? I don't know what it's called, but musicals. That's what it's called. They had like six of those in the middle of a thing, and dude, like in Disney films, I'm all about it. You want to throw in a random number? Sure. If you're watching a show with like Hugh Jackman and he just wants to pop off because he's fucking Hugh Jackman, then sure. Again, fine. But in this one where I just want to see like Lucifer be edgy and shit, I don't want this weird like bursting into song kind of vibe, especially when it takes 3 minutes. Like each song is 3 minutes. Nothing should be that long. You're just watching people just fucking get after it, like Jesus. Anyways. Fluff says, which was Friday's stream? Okay, yeah. Fluff says, Gestant. Oh, yeah, that's right. Kazuha, yeah. Is that his name? Is that how it's written? And people just say Kazuha, or is this one of those moments where it's actually incorrect? I don't know. Regardless, let me purchase these rocks. Yes, there's so many. Let's buy all of the flat rocks, actually. Boom. Have I done it? Have I completed the task? Boom! Easy. And claim rewards. Woof, that is a lot. Ooh, that looks dope. Oh, I want to make that. Honestly, I'm finished. I've completed the Serenity Pot. 100% completed it. Bought everything in the shop, and guess what? I still don't have enough money to buy up everything in the Serenity Pot. Love how that worked out for that. God, that's just the stupidest thing ever. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, your boy was slacking today and didn't actually collect his my dailies, which is just absolutely disgusting. You should get that shit done immediately, just because you'll forget about it and you'll lose those precious primo gems. Thank you also, Lone Syndicate. You're the best. Yes. Lone Syndicate says, you can take anything I don't need. Yeah, me neither. We're kind of in a place where I don't want anything. Because dogs, like animals, are fucking dope, but they take up so much load order where you're kind of just like, so I can either choose to have like a nice area or a blank room with dogs in it. And I kind of want the room of dogs, but it's pointless when they're just in like, it looks like you're a bad owner. So you're like, I don't want to do this. And it's stupid. Anyways. And I might be losing it, but we're losing it together, my friend. Mulligan says, oh God, why? No, please. Why? I did not ruin it for you. I just said that there was musicals. How dare you make me feel bad for this? And if that is the case, if something can be ruined that easily, that's bullshit. Of course, I think you're kidding, of course, but yeah. Carla says I'm doing okay. Just kind of nervous Cleo is going to see the mess that my apartment is, but excited to meet. Well, you can fix that, my guy. You can clean up your apartment. What is that? It's like I got this permanent issue that you have to deal with, and it's like, well, wait, you could just solve the issue. I don't know why we have to introduce excess suffering. It seems like a weird take. Anyways, also I gotta remember, whenever I'm using Eula, to use her E immediately. So Eula should be the first person I cycle to, and then I should switch to my other characters. But I'm used to not doing that, all right? And it's not okay. Oh, I did do one quest though. So yeah, I did do one of my dailies. Let's go higher up. Also, I think I did all my thing. Actually, did I kill the wolf? Let's check. I'm not sure if I killed the wolf. Wolf is always one I forget because you just gotta hoof it to him. So I'm always like, I'll save that one for last. Let's see this. And we have murdered Wolvingdom. Nice. And one of these. Guys, I'll be honest, I haven't heard too much shit from, in terms of like hype for the new bit of business. Yeah, like for 1.6, I haven't heard a lot of people be like, oh my goodness, I cannot wait. Although I'm hoping it's dope. Although I think people are just kind of like, and I really thought, I fucking lied to you guys. I apologize. I thought for sure. Also, we are going so much not the right way. Shit. They should be able to circle around it. But I thought for sure that there was such a big outcry from the community. Maybe it was just in the West that it was such a big outcry. But anyways, there was such a big outcry from the community in Genshin that was people saying, I just can't, man. I can't believe that they keep giving us like these very small, like Mario Part kind of things. Like there's just these tiny little updates. People wanted more. So I thought that was gonna be like MiHoYo being like, oh fuck, okay, we should really start implementing things like City Reputation that we did a while back, where people can genuinely start progressing and also make it so that that progression gets drastically harder, so that there's a value to artifact farming and all that kind of stuff. But we can't do that too much, so to where people, it starts getting not free to play friendly or whatnot, because then people just cannibalize us for that. So that's what we're going to be seeing, not at 1.6, but 1.7, and we might see a little bit of that, but I don't know. I don't know, man. It seems like some shit. We'll see. I don't know if I trust it or if I full send it, but I feel like it could all go to shit real fast, but we shall see. I think my next stack, and we got max stacks. In fact, I feel like you could maybe like change in between Eula, back and forth, like in basically profit to the best of your ability. So like use your E, switch and use your other character's setup skills, switch back to Eula, use her E real quick, and then do whatever you gotta do, and then when you come back, you can just drop a hammer. I'm not sure. I know people have broken down Eula's to like the fucking T, and I just haven't really seen those videos yet. But yeah, I'm sure they exist, and I'm sure they're a little too much, because it just seems like she's already dealing like a fuck ton of damage. Why do you need to do like 100,000 more when it already dies anyway, But fuck me, I guess. Okay. Fluff says, I was making a joke since Kazuha sounds like a sneeze. Oh, okay. You're right over my head, Fluff. Amazing execution. I'm the idiot. Also, I want to say bless you. Okay, gotcha. Fluff says, Watama, sheep VTuber that I am rocking on disc. Oh, nice. Her birthday is today. I'm probably going to order some of her new merch. Oh, that's awesome, dude. Yeah, love the support. Love when people support that. Also, that's my favorite kind of like way to support a content creator. Man, I used to buy a shit ton of Rooster Teeth / Achievement Hunter shit just because I've been a fan of them ever since I was in high school, and I love them to bits. I kind of love the OG crew a lot, though. You know what I mean? Like Gavin and like Jeff and all that shit, Michael, etc. Although I love Jeremy and Trevor. Trevor's probably my favorite actually, which is crazy, because yeah. But anyways, sorry. I used to buy from their merch site, and then they basically fucked me over real bad. Also, does the game lag a little bit? Yeah, like it shouldn't, but I do notice that the frame rate on YouTube sometimes staggers, and it doesn't show any indicator of that. So, yeah, I'm not sure what what kind of switch I gotta flip. I think I gotta flip a switch. But anyways, I had this thing where I ordered from their website, and they had like a buy two get like half off or something like that. And I essentially purchased items that weren't a part of that sale thing, and I was like, oh shit, can I change that? Like, can I instead, because basically how it worked is I was gonna get screwed over with like pricing. Like I could have gotten another shirt if I would have like put in this tagline, and I said, hey, could I just quickly add this onto my order and I just get like another shirt for like basically $2, because it was super cheap at that point. And they wouldn't let me do it, and I was kind of just like, okay. And it was just a moment where I was like, oh my god, customer service is like super important. Like, because I was a kid, I bought from them like every other year essentially, and spent like probably like $80 or $90 on their clothes, on like a couple of shirts and whatnot. And that just, it made me like never want to buy from them again. The fact that they couldn't throw me a bone and be like, okay, yeah, we'll give you this thing that was in this promotional event. And I was just like, yeah, fuck that. I'm never buying from you again. So it's one of those moments where it's like, I think in this instance, you're always better. And I think that's why Amazon actually can track what kind of consumer you are. Because I've talked to my friends who've asked to like, if something comes to them late or broken or something like that, what's good, little beast? Anyways, if they get something sent to them for like, and it's broken or like something like that, a lot of them didn't actually, or some of them didn't actually get the product, like their money back or anything like that. But for whatever reason, every single time I've done that, I got my refund or my whatever. And I think it's because they can see that I'm a consistent, like I buy like some stupid trinket or something, or like some like hair gel or something from them that's specific for my kind of weird coarse hair. And I think they can see that to be like, oh, we should just make sure this person is satisfied because we may lose some money on this end, but in the back end, he'll keep purchasing from us and etc. I just especially learning all about marketing right now. It's very interesting to me, at least. Does this count as giving you a stack? It doesn't. Rough. Really, really rough, actually. This is where Eula can kind of fall apart. Well, this is where every character that stacks anything falls apart. Because you're not technically gaining anything. Also, Oz. Can we not fire at people who are just entirely irrelevant, my guy? Goddamn. Also, my eyes itchy. Ha! Card that says, I'm a fucking mess thanks to the executive dysfunction. What is this? Executive dysfunction. What is that? What is that? I'm misreading it. I'm doing what I can, but I won't be able to get everything nice and spouse. Okay, interesting. I keep telling you it's fun. Yeah, I was about to say most people, as long as it's not like heinous, where like there's like pizza boxes and shit on the ground, it's kind of fine. There's some like weird like circles from coffee on your counter because you didn't wipe down the counter. But also there's shit like that where I'm like, you can just kind of wipe down the counter. But also I don't know. I'm typically who cares is a good premise. Fluff says, you do, Chloe, but still, what? Lunatic is also green. Got my Eula to her talent level, almost a 9, fully built. Yeah, man, I think I'm gonna do the same. I think I'm gonna build Eula all the way up to like level, like max talents. My thing though, man, is I just want to get the right artifacts so that I'm like, okay, now that that's taken care of, resin can be spent outside of that. Even though I know if I want like a direct gain, I should probably do the opposite. But you know, I've been working at these artifacts forever, and I kind of just want to bite the bullet and be like, all right, I'm done. All right, I don't want it anymore. Although, man, I have gotten the most busted ass artifacts for Zhongli and Fischl. Because I just have thousands of the other set, because whenever it does drop a Pale Wind set, it's trash, but it constantly gives me Zhongli ones. So just wait. If there's ever me and one, like my supports are basically keeping you above water, above water. For me, at least. Also, Mulligan says, I'm actually in the dark for 1.62. Okay, do you want to hear about some stuff, or are we just hanging out? You just don't want any spoilers. Fluff says, I figure a lot of people are just bidding their time for it, or biding their time for Edizuma. If that comes with 1.7, or they'll finally burn out on the drip feed. Yeah. Yeah, man, I don't know, because I feel like a lot of content creators in this place where they're kind of like, they don't, it's, what is this? Oh, wait, we gotta go talk to Ellie? Oh shit, I guess we'll do that now. I didn't know, that event's probably about to end. Yikes, I thought that was done. I guess we have like more little tiny bits to figure that out. Also, oh, I don't want to do that. Can I put someone who's speedy on this? Yes, I can. Okay, good. Are you I think that's fine. It's fine. It's 14 hours should be time when I probably won't add up. Anyways, where's Ellie Musk? Did we mark that? Or do we go here? Sorry, I'm worried this is gonna end by the time I can get to it. Confirm view quest. Okay. Shit. We don't really need to make a video about this. This event kind of was just like a hangout. Have fun hangout. On topic of Genshin, it's weird, man, because you consistently get updates, which is like incredible. Like the fact that you always have something to do in a video game is wonderful, and it's a very pretty game, and it's simplified, but it's also really, really fun, especially with when they add like things like the Serenity Pot where there's investment, so you can actually feel like you're progressing, which is fun. But at the same time, then they do the whole like skins costing $30 thing, and you're like, man, it's just like, there's certain shit that like kind of like just rubs you the wrong way, and then you start getting the vibe of like, okay, this game is turning into something that it won't allow itself to turn into the game that I want kind of feeling. Like you feel like your game is not meant for you anymore, so you should stop playing it. And it's funny because I think MiHoYo is trying to do the opposite. I think MiHoYo is trying to make a game for everybody, and then in doing that, they don't really get to make a game specifically for any niche, you know. But the game is supposed to be an RPG, and it doesn't really have too many progressive mechanics, like progress mechanics. I mean, yeah, or they haven't added on to that, I suppose. But yeah. We'll see, basically. Mulligan says, "Hey, Beastie Boy, I can't wait for Inazuma." Yeah, me too, man. I hope we get Inazuma sooner rather than later. Fluff says her new merch includes a postcard, a throw blanket, and what I'm most interested in, temperature. What? Temperature rug Oh, temperature reactive mug. Oh, okay, reactive. That's cool. That's really cool. I like mugs. I'm always worried with shit like that. Though I'm like, am I drinking poison? Is this the thing where like paint is gonna chip off and I'm gonna die, or are we okay? We're probably okay because suing exists and people can't do that or would publish that or whatever. But still, only thing. Is that it's ordering shipping from Japan, so it's just going to be expensive, and I won't likely see it for to fall to winter. Yeah, that's rough. That's always rough, man. But hopefully the quality's good. Love says, but I've read that they do a really good job about keeping the packages safe since it's a lengthy and expensive endeavor otherwise. Yeah. Love says, still waiting on Hollow Eve's 6-month anniversary goods that are due to arrive sometime late June or August, which may be in time for my birthday. Nice! I'm happy you're getting your stuff, but I'm kind of like, Jesus Christ, man, that's... Yeah, I've never had to wait. Most I've had to wait for a package is like 2 months. Or like something just went wrong, and I'm like, okay, I want my money back. It's not here. Something happened. Carly says, exclusive... exclusive? Is that what it's called? No, I'm not reading it right. Executive? Is that what I'm right? Executive dysfunctions is basically when people recognize that something needs to get done, and you want to do it, taking out the trash, for example, but you are incapable of doing it for no reason. Oh, sorry, my brain immediately goes to like, how would you, I don't know, my brain immediately goes to how would you train yourself out of a behavior kind of thing. And then because, I don't know, there's just the last part to me, I know that's probably like scientific and it's all that, I don't know, Carthage, so I'm not, no way am I coming after like what you probably have significant more information than I would ever. But I don't know, the part of me thinks is like that for like, what is the last part you said? But you are incapable of doing it for no reason. I feel like there's always a reason. I feel like there's always something in your brain that maybe you could try to tune or like train into a better functional thing potentially. But again, I don't know. That's easy. Of course, it's easier said than done. A part of me thinks, because to me, like I'm learning about this thing. Like I learned about a video from a video yesterday about like what exactly anxiety is. And then I went back and I actually wanted just to review rehearsal because I started learning books differently recently, like being very good at committing almost everything to memory, whereas rehearsal, I remember being the book that I got the most out of, but I don't remember every specific thing because I never made notes that I could go back and like fully absorb, you know? So yeah, I want to go back and do that. So I was reading that book today, and a lot of it, man, a lot of it seems like one of the things I keep hearing people say, and it kind of makes sense to me, but you become what you repeat, and you become what like you constantly kind of work through your brain. So if you constantly keep telling yourself that you can't do something or that something is this way forever, like I always have anxiety when I'm around my family or something like that. If you keep telling yourself that always, then all you're doing is creating better neurological pathways within your brain to become nervous around your family. So the whole book and rehearsal thing with Winning in Mind by Larry Burr, or no, is it Larry Burr? Yeah, Larry Burr. Is trying to train your brain out of those bad habits and make better grooves. Whether that can work for everybody, because sometimes disorders go deep, but I still think it's, I don't know, to me I'd rather bet on a world or a future where there's a possibility for me to not be as not enjoying the discomfort that I may be experiencing. So some people could like have a disorder and be like, I'm able to cope with it, I'm happy still, why do I need to like, you know, fix it? And I'm like, yeah, totally. If you don't see it as like a needing to change thing, then sure, but one day it might. So but yeah, anywho, let us see what's happening. Jamal says, well, first of all, what's good, Jamal? Jamal says, what was your first game you can remember? Oof, I don't know, man. Everything in a weird way. Yeah. It's kind of hard to like put into words, but I remember like I was playing video games more, not really playing, I was watching my brothers play video games even when I was a baby and whatnot, so I kind of have like slight weird memories of like with some sort of weird Space Invader kind of game that I'm pretty sure was just a ripoff from Best Buy, or what is it called, the like rental game thing that went under, I don't remember. Anyway, Fluff says the original Worms on big monitor and double as our TV. It was my first game memory at the least. Nice. Okay. Some people have that entrenched in their memory. I'm pretty much accepted update news when I'm here, TBH. Don't worry about me. I'm okay. Good, Mulligan. I would hate to do that to you. Mulligan says the Hilly Turtle event was super repetitive. I don't know. I finished it really late, but them primos though, yeah, it was nice too. To me, it was just like again, it put pressure on a part of the game that I didn't really enjoy most, which is like the puzzly kind of part of the game. What's good, Royalty? Love the Royalty. Sorry, I love the your channel image. Sorry, Royalty says. Finally hopped into a Genshin stream, or Grin stream on YouTube. It's flipping for anyone wondering. Oh no, is it? What do you mean flipping? What is it? Is it fucking? Is it lagging or something? Also, is it dark? It might be a little dark. Maybe I should move in closer to the light. Because basically, it's absolutely awful. I stare at something. And need to get done. There's nothing stopping me from doing it, but I can't get myself to do it. Well, see, I don't think I think there's something stopping you from doing it. I just think it's mental. It's like entirely I think entrenched in like maybe anxiety and maybe like some sort of weird childhood thing potentially. But yeah, you know that more than I would. Maybe it is just like a fucking force field type shit. I don't know. Fluff says I figured once things settle and recovery problem after the pandemic, shopping went. Shopping overseas would take a long time. But that said, from my understanding, there's manufacturers' time to consider. Yeah. And a lot of companies have like established, streamlined things, and they take costs not only because it's efficient, but because it's it gets you your product faster. Mulligan says, I assume it's not the same as procrastination then, Carthage? Yeah, it seems like a hyper, amplified version of, maybe not procrastination, because procrastination is like, you need to do something. Carthage is describing like, your brain almost, the way Carthage is describing it's like going into like water with sharks. You're like, fuck that, I'm not doing that. Like, no. Like, even though you could do it, there's some powerful resistance there. Seems like really strong, so I would see it seems like an amplified version of procrastination. Mulligan says that must be frustrating. Also, in response to Carthage saying no, not the same as procrastination, where you just put it off for later. I literally can't bring myself to do some things, even though I have the time and desire to get them done. Interesting. I know again. Maybe I shouldn't say this. And that makes it sound even worse. To me, when I hear that Carthage, to me, it's like for me, the way I had to like grow up essentially was like my hands were the way they were. So when I hear someone say I can't, like, it's just how it is. A part of me in my heart, like, my brain is built on the entire other thing, and I know yours is probably in the same way, and you again know way more than the circumstance of what's ever happening within your brain and the way it works and etc. than I do. I'm an outsider looking in, but I don't know, there's something about the like, yeah, the like, that's just I can't do it. That makes my like, I'm even getting agitated right now because I can't describe how much that just for me feels. Like, you can change yourself, you can change your brain, you can change so many things within yourself. So to say like that you can't is I feel like it's like giving up. Whereas if you're like, maybe in the future, or maybe if I do it slowly, or right now, I'm incapable of doing that. So it's a problem I have to amend. That kind of makes me feel better, I guess, which is stupid. It's not mayhem. Hello. Goodness, I haven't been paying attention to the story this far. I like Elon Musk is the problem. It's just it's not voiced, and I'm just over it. Okay. Elon Musk, I'm really happy that you're getting in the thick of it, and you're trying to win over the natives. Love that. Ooh, we got 4 experience books for that. Wow, that's totally worth a trip inside of a loading screen. Love that. best time. Can we travel outside of here immediately? I think so. Yes, we can. Night. Roti says my Twitch is Flappy. Is what I'm saying. Oh, it's Flappy. Oh, Flappy, our boy Flappy. How you been, buddy? I haven't seen you in a hot minute, even over Twitch. Hopefully, you've been taking care of yourself, man. Royalty says hello. How's it going? It's going great for me, my friend. How about you? How's your day been? How's your week been? Nothing crazy? Do you also partake in some Genshin? Or are you here from other games? Regardless, I just wanted to ask you how you feel about 1.6. Milligan says, it's going good. It's my first time on Grin's YouTube stream. I know! I keep seeing you guys different names, and today I'm feeling, I'll be honest guys, I was feeling like dog shit for like the first morning. And then I had my weird like glucose brew of coffee, and I was like, woo! Now I'm in it. Now my brain's cooking. But yeah, I'm doing my best to, like, whenever I see Lynn, I just switch it to Mulligan. Because it's like my brain's like, please survive. Yeah. Fluff says, I imagine whenever they're able to establish a warehouse in NA or EU, they'll be able to expedite ordering from overseas fans. Otherwise, they're stationed in Japan. Yeah, I was about to say, because to me, it's crazy how I think Japan and China are pretty close. Not like too close, but close a little bit. And I ordered something from Japan, or from China. It was just like one of these. It was just like one of these weird fidget things, just to like fucking try to take away some shit on my brain when I'm learning. Take away the ADD a little bit. So, yeah, I ordered that, and it came in like pretty fast, like probably like 4 weeks, month. But yeah, it's just crazy to hear how, like, yeah, and it's probably just because China has like supply lines everywhere, you know, so it makes sense, but it's also like, damn. I think when something's already established, it'd be easier to establish, but I'm not sure that's entirely true. Which is still dealing with COVID spikes. Yeah, it's weird, Fluff, hey? I thought that was one of the places that had like the least amount of COVID spikes, especially when COVID first started happening. I thought like it was very limited in terms of how much people were getting sick over there because they were wearing masks and whatnot. But yeah. But yes. Wild shit. Man, I was getting a little worried, I'll be honest, with the whole COVID thing, just to talk about like real world shit for a bit there. I was getting a little worried because like people were starting to talk about how like the like variants were just kicking people's head in, like especially like in Canada we were getting thrashed because apparently people went to like India, and they had like an Indian variant of COVID that apparently was just like built different, so to speak, and it yeah, it did a number on a lot of Canadians. Like, and it was also like everybody. It wasn't just like people who had comorbidities or like anything like that, you know, older people, etc. It was just fucking dropping people left and right, and you're like, ugh. Carla says, I see the thing. I want to take care of the thing. There is nothing stopping me, but I can't do it until there are consequences for not. Okay, yeah. So at least there's that. So okay, yeah. So at least there's something. Gotcha. So to me, that's what I was waiting for. I was waiting for the other shoe to drop, cards, because when you were saying like, I can't do it, a part of me was just like, well, like you could. It may be fucking impossibly hard, but you could. So to hear the fact that when there is consequences for you having to do it, then you jump to and you kick some ass. So yeah. Jamla says everyone uses antisocial wrong. Or so wait, am I writing that? Jamla says everyone uses antisocial wrong. Asocial is more of an accurate word. For what? For which what we were talking about? What were we talking about? Fluff says totally not addicted to coffee. Grin. It's not the coffee, I don't think, Fluff. You might be correct. With that being said, though, man, I am one of those people that like so many people are like I'm not addicted to my phone. How dare you? And then you're like, okay, let me take your phone for a week or something like that, for like 3 days, and they're like, no, I'm not doing that. I'm a sick person. My thing is like, people are like, are you addicted to coffee? And I'm like, no, I don't think so. I think I'm pretty certain I could stop if I just wanted to, especially coffee of all things. It just helps me kind of perk me up and make me focus and achieve a little bit more, I think. And then people could be like go a week without your phone, and I'd be like, well, you have to offer an incentive, because otherwise I'm losing money and like efficiency. So you'd have to give me like $100, and then I would just fuck off and I wouldn't do it, even though it wouldn't be worth a week of not having a phone. But the point is that I'm fully like, oh, you think I have an addictive personality? Come at me. Let's play a game. Me versus you. Let's see how it happens. But it has to be something that is equally hard for you to not use. But also, I'm again the reason why I said I was sick is because my brain perceives like, oh, is this a challenge? Are you fucking coming at me right now? and it's stupid because it's not. But anyways, that just made me think of that flow. You're talking about me being addicted to coffee, which is probably somewhat true. Although there have been times where we went camping and I haven't had any of that yet. For like 4 or 5 days or something like that. And then Mulligan says, "This, how dare you? How dare I can stop whenever I want. Get away from me." Royal says, it's been great. I've been chilling, never touched Genshin. Not gonna lie, it's all good. Mostly been playing Modern Warfare, is that right? MW? Being out of Let It Die for a long time. Nice. Well, yeah, there's nothing there. I'm the definition of such a middle road casual. Didn't get to Tengaku, but then it's all good, man. That's not casual. We got to Tengaku? He said, yeah, no, did get to Tengaku. Yeah, that's not casual at all, man. You know, like fucking 10% of people beat the game in general. Get past the 40th floor. It's crazy. You're definitely not casual, or sorry, not average, I should say. Maybe you're a casual player, but that means your base skill is goddamn high, which is impressive. Fluff says, I hope Japan can get more vaccines and such. They're still social distancing during recent HoloLive studio recordings. Weird. Okay. I mean, yeah, that's great that they're doing that, but it's just, I wonder why. I wonder what the reason of, maybe it's just population density, maybe, and China's not like talking about their deaths or whatever. Once again, it says, "Oh, Grin," and the chat. I'll see you wonderful people next week. Oh, you're leaving alone again. Thanks so much for stopping by. Thanks so much for stopping by. What's good? Nis? Is that Nis? I don't want to say Annis, because Annis is fine. I'm thinking of the other word. Damn, you are cool. Talking to Fluff, because I agree. Fluff's pretty cool. Royal says, water is my coffee. What? I've gone pure water, and it's been the biggest strength I've used. Literally down 12 packs of Coca-Cola. So what? Wait, what? Water is my coffee. I've gone pure water, and it's been my biggest strength. Oh, I used to literally down 12 packs of Coca-Cola. So, yeah, that's brutal, man. Hot damn. But, yeah, no, that's good. It's always good to give your body a good cleanse. But, yeah. For me, again, I used to just drink black coffee because I just wanted, like a little pick-me-up, but I didn't want the sugar because I knew sugar was kind of not great for you at the time, especially when I did this way back in the day. But what do you call it? I ended up recently just finding out like how, because I started messing with my diet, and I haven't had, like, I'll have a pastry or something like that, but I have just not had that much sugar. And apparently there's some shit where I don't think I had any glucose in my body because I was having like mad brain fog, and then I have a little bit of glucose now, and I'm like, holy fuck, I feel sharp as shit, because I was going like 2 years with like a deficiency. So I'm like, oh my god, this is what it's like to have ADHD again. Oh no. Oh no. What's happened to me? So yeah, fun times. Fun times. What's good? Nis says, of course. Fluff, it's cool. I know. Totally. What do you call it? Nis says, yeah. Hell yes. Fluff says, we had an unexpected power outage this week. Yikes. Happened between 6 p.m. and 9 p.m. and wasn't expected to be restored until 6 a.m. the next morning. So I'm aware I have computer internet addiction. Oh, I would definitely have like a boredom addiction for sure. Like that could be something that, but like the point I was trying to get across was like, if you were to be like, I bet you couldn't go a week without the internet, I'd be like, excuse me? How dare you? How dare you do this to me? And then I would have a sick desire to prove you wrong. I'm not sure which one wins. Is it the desire to improve, or to prove this to yourself that you don't have an addiction, or to prove them wrong? I feel like it's the prove them wrong part, and I don't know if I like that part of my personality. I'll be honest. Fluff says, if it wasn't for a fully charged Switch allowing me to kill a few hours, I would have gone through some sort of withdrawal. Yeah, it's definitely like a again. Fluff, can you do me a solid right now? Because I'm not sure if you've heard it. Have you heard it? I think maybe it was Carthage who was telling me he heard it. Fluff, can you go to your browser right now and type in Bo Burnham internet, or welcome to the internet is what it's called. Because that to me is the antithesis of what it is, which is like, it's like boredom is a crime, and it's all these kind of, and it just, to me, it hits the perfect nail on the head of like, oh, Yeah, I'm kind of afraid of being bored. I don't like, but I also meditate. So it's not like I'm like I don't let my brain wander or like that I don't like silence. It's just like the prospect of not experiencing like viewing something and seeing something and taking something that is fun and enjoyable. You know. So it's not like I just feel like, but it's like meditating for like a week without like the internet. You know, you have no like barrier almost. Or you're too raw, I guess. It's like the opposite. You go to meditation to kind of get away from the internet, and now your meditation is like you want the internet back. It's like you don't want any more meditation. You know, that's kind of me putting myself in that position. It freaks me out, say the least. And this says, game suggestion, The Surge. I thought it was made by the same people who made Let It Die. I don't think it's made by the same people who made Let It Die. And this, but I have seen the game. The first one looked a little scuffed, but the Surge 2, I think Ashley was telling me about it. She really liked it. Yeah, she was saying that it was pretty good. I don't know, man, because to me, a part of the, like, I don't know. To me, it's one of those things where, like, one of my least favorite memories of Let It Die is getting around the clunk. I know some people like that, because the clunk, if you find, clunk breeds, like, a desire to find an edge. So, like, when the world is limited and you find an advantage, it feels really good, especially when the advantage is leverage over the entire world. Like Let It Die was showing your back to the enemy, forcing aggression, and then just punishing immediately after. Once you knew that, the game became like a big cakewalk, and it felt rewarding because you were like, I know this, I know how to beat this guy. As long as I know a little bit of the combos, I can sneak in a hit, and it's super chill. But outside of that, like, yeah, the melee and the guns kind of started making that fall apart. The world had like too much clunked for me to like get stuff out of it, if that makes any sense. Royal says, my skill in Let It Die is garbage. I hate mid-maxing my gear. I had to abuse the Kamas and the Knight Rider outfit. Otherwise, 440 would have killed me. But that's it, Royal. But Royal, that's where I would challenge your ass right now. Because to me, I like your way better. You and me are like, I would much rather use what is it kicks ass and it's efficient as hell. I love that shit. I love when people find a way to like, and it sounds kind of weird, but like break the system in their advantage. I love it. It makes me happy every single time I hear about it. Just because it's like, yeah, fucking find a way forward. Figure it out. And that to me is the antithesis of that. And people finding their way. Let's do one of these, and then let's use double version of this. Make sure I have my alt for the next time, or at least close to. Is anybody upset that Eula's not getting a buff, by the way, in terms of Genshin stuff? Also, in this, I'm sorry, your message was redacted. It was not meant to. I gotta like tweak my YouTube like things, because basically YouTube is like, did it sound even slightly vulgar? Banned, or not banned, but deleted. And I'm like, all right, YouTube, let's calm down. All right, we can handle a shitter or two that pop in here. Okay. Mulligan, I think, says, I know I have an internet addiction because I struggle to get through offline single-player games when my connection craps out. Interesting. So you like to have multiple, like internet on one browser, or like one monitor and then the game on the other, maybe? Fluff said, from my understanding, I don't think Japan has a large supply of vaccines currently, and they've been spiking in cases recently. High population areas, they've likely have helped. Yeah. Weird. I don't know why. You think Japan was like set for fucking days. Japan is like efficient as hell, so it's crazy that they didn't have a lot of vaccines. Or maybe it's like vaccines for population. Like Canada only needs a couple hundred or a million, whereas Japan needs a fucking lot. You know. The surgery is made by detectives. It's made by Lord of the Fallen. However, yeah, that's what I thought. I've watched that. I still need to take some time to watch the full. You haven't watched the full special yet? Full special, a little bit of trip. It's a little depresso, a little bit of depresso. I'll be honest. Clunk breeds exploit is what I've heard. Yeah. Which, yeah, it's fun when games are made like that. Then there are some games where I feel like there's all clunk and no exploit. There's no like way around a thing, and it's always weird when that's why I think I hate developers. Not developers. I don't hate developers. I hate sometimes developers do actions to me, which is like the wrong lesson to take. I really dislike when people take the wrong lesson from a question, essentially, or the wrong answer from a question. So a lot of times in like a Fallout game or in like a Skyrim game or something like that, a lot of times when I'm playing it, I'll say, oh man, I don't want to have to carry or like mid-max carrying this stupid loot because I'm going to be over encumbered, and then I have to go to a town and sell it, and I'm going to burn through all of his money, and then I got to wait to get to another shop and sell that, and it's just a mess. Like, I don't want to fucking do that when I'm playing my game. I didn't mean to squeeze in an F word there. I kind of made it too much. But point being, most people in those scenarios will gravitate to like typing up a farming or a money glitch or a carrying capacity exploit or something like that. And then the developer immediately like locks it down and patches it. And to me, I'm like, well, wait. A lot of people, look at the views, look at the engagement on this video. A lot of people are specifically looking for this, and they found it. Now, is the question to like patch it and punish the people who have done it, or is this saying that in your game, too many people don't even want to participate in the mechanic of encumbrance and selling loot because it's just not even worth playing because it's not fun to them? So you theoretically should take the lesson of, okay, maybe we should build an easier way of making money. Maybe we should make an economy. Maybe you should do whatever. To me, the best game that did this was Fable. Fable literally said, hey, instead of spending money on this random bullshit armor, spend it on this stupid shop and just walk away and go do side quests. And then you'd come back every hour and you'd have a shit ton of wealth. And to me, I'm like, that's like a reward system that is balanced, makes sense, and functions. Whereas me, like, picking up some items, quickly selling them, and then like burning my currency that's not going to come back to me, it's just something that I don't want to do. I don't know. I find a lot of games do that. Same thing with like an XP glitch or like a money or like a level up instantly kind of method, farm, whatever you want to call it. A lot of companies are like, no, it fucks with the balance. And it's like, clearly the balance is not in the right order if people are even hunting for this as much as they are. You know what I mean? Like, you're not addressing the singular problem that people are seeing in your game. Which to me is bullshit. Ooh, I didn't do that properly. We just wasted a lot of particles. Yep. I gotta make sure, you gotta like say you do one dash. My Shao build is like one off from being complete regen, which is a little annoying. Rough. This. Dude, I'm so sad. I was really hoping that Shinsho would get one copy in the special shop, and now we gotta wait a month again, and I can't get it. I'm almost max constellation for Shinsho, and I was like, what if I just spent a look? Because I'm sitting on. By the time the new event comes, I'm gonna have another 14,000 Primo Gems, I think, or something close too. Hopefully, by the time Inazuma comes here. Yeah. This is welcome to the internet. Also, Morgan says, what the fuck? Ennis says, you are speaking straight facts. Thanks, Ennis. Thanks. I have played Let It Die until 439. I had everything planned out for the final boss, then my brother sold my PS4, and it still bothers me. Yeah, Nus. And it's so hard for me not to say. I gotta try to say Nus. I'm not sure if it. Regardless, it's a me problem. But yeah, man, I've had friends that had the same thing, and like, yeah, they're like, their parents will just sell their Xbox or whatever immediately, and I'm just like, man, that's shit. What is that about? I don't know. Yeah, it's like family, man. I'm not sure if it's just like not a poverty thing, but like an income thing where like we gotta do what we gotta do, or if it's like like some people are just shitty. Some people are like, yeah, you that's valuable. Fuck your happiness, and I'm doing it. You know, so I don't know. Or maybe it was his and he sold it, but still, maybe could have came to you and it's like, do you want to buy it? Yeah. Shitty, unfortunate. The good news is that Let It Die is free and it's tied to your account, so if you get another PS4, you can. Also, I think it's crossplay as well. So yeah, you'll be able to start where you left off if you wanted to. The card that says, "Could I interest you in everything all of the time?" Exactly. That's the punchline of the thing. Also, I like the way he kind of the way the song kind of like because you don't know, like, there's a middle point where it almost seems like the internet is like sad, like back in the day when it wasn't too crazy, although it probably still was. It's just perception based. But yeah, and then the fact that he's like, and you turned out perfect. Like, we made you perfectly. Like, you and your people and how you your brain fires and your reward systems. We love you. And it's just like, I don't like how much you're into me right now. It's too much. Jamal says, being asocial means you lack the motivation to engage in social interactions and prefer to do activities by yourself. Antisocial is more of an anti-society, anti-guestic personality. Okay. Yeah, I think I used to say asocial just because it's what, like, to me it was associated with like a person who struggles with social interaction. But for me, I've learned just that I'm like, I'm introvert. That's what it is. I don't get any, I get drained like a fucking, from like, everyone around me is basically a Dementor. And I'm just like, I love you, you're so cool, the hood is dope. I'm just dying. But I think Dementors look so fucking cool. They look like the Grim Reaper and shit. Anyways, so that's my life. Quiet says, all I need is rope and I can pass an infinite amount of times. What? All I need is rope and I can pass an infinite amount of times. I don't know what that means. What does that mean? What does that mean? Royal says, it's one of those things with Let It Die that I think falls face first, is mainly focusing on building your character to fight very specific encounters, which is annoying. For example, Kamaz versus White. So, yeah. There's a bunch of those ones, yeah. And again, it makes some sense because it's like, hey, we want you to like really use these mechanics. But again, it's like, again, the bigger question is, well, wait, why are people upset that they're having to like use the mechanics more? You know, did we do something wrong, or maybe is it just something else? Again, the fact that like it'd be fine if they were like, hey, level up your character if it felt better to do so, and if there was more ways of doing it. You know what I mean? Kind of like in Genshin, there's many ways to like acquire strength. You can level up your talents, you can level up your weapon, you can level up your artifacts, you can get artifacts, etc. You can do all of those things, and there's many different ways to crack that egg to get you closer to your end. Whereas in Let It Die, it's like, well, you can level up your armor, but that's only good against specific resistances. And if you try to go for an armor that's too well balanced, there's guns that are essentially too strong for you. And the way you need to play Let It Die is like, get really good at like dealing with one kind of item. I would suggest swords or blunt weapons, and then just have the most resistant to gun armor you can possibly have, just to kind of survive. And yeah. Mulligan says, gotta be YouTube friendly, grin. Talking to me? Why? Oh, no. I can swear. The YouTube friendly is just not popping off with swears in the beginning and not too much in the middle. It has to be kind of like a unique instance where you'd swear, essentially. I find I sometimes like I lean on swears as like filler words, and it just kind of the only thing it gives me is makes me come across as like aggressive, or what's the other word, like not very creative, or like rude, which I don't really want, you know what I mean? Even though I try to facilitate every other demeanor that I have to like truly describe how I actually am, which like I'm not mad, I'm not frustrated, I'm just talking about some things I'm passionate about. And sometimes you're like, what should I say next? This fucking thing. And you're like, didn't need the fucking there. I could just say this thing is crazy or whatever, right? Or is wrong or whatever. Spark says, how do you have so many Primo Gems? How do you farm them? There's 3 ways to acquire Primo Gems. Well, there's multiple, but here are the main ways. The main way you can achieve Primo Gems is by doing your dailies every single day. You'll get a decent sum, if not, it's not that great, but it's some, and it's consistent income of Primo Gems. So you can do that. So always do your dailies every day. They give you Primo Gems. In combination with doing the events, every single one of the events allot you Primo Gems. This thing right here gives you Primo Gems. So do all of the events, and that's going to get you probably almost, if very, very close to actually being able to, what do you call it? To get to the thing. to be able to do a couple, get to 90 basically, 90 wishes to guarantee you a 5-star. But the other thing that you could do, which is what I was doing for a little bit there, I think I spent probably 3 or 5 maybe of, how do I show you? Basically, there's something in the game called Welcome Moon, which is like $7. It's, if you live in the US, I think it's 4. But yeah, basically, that's one of the ways that I got Primo Gems is by doing the Welcome Moon, which is basically spending, instead of spending like $80, just spend $4 or what is it, $8 over the course of 2 months, and you'll accrued a decent amount. What was the other way? Oh, and if you want, if you do complete the full season pass, you can buy the season pass and get all of the things there, which I still haven't. I'm debating whether I should do or not, because it is basically $14. But I don't know. I don't really need it. Like I don't. Yeah, I'm not planning in Kazuha. I probably can use that time to like farm with resin. Should be okay, you know. But yes, Spox. Also, I do want to make a video, basically being like a free to play guide / just like everything you need to know when getting into Genshin kind of video, because I think it could be relatively helpful. Also, I keep doing the wrong dash sequence with Xiao, so forgive me for the rough gameplay. What's good, Red? Red Chaos Dragon says hello. What's good, Red Chaos Dragon? Love the name, a little bit of madness. Always love that. But yeah, how have you been? Hopefully you're having a lovely day. Thank you so much for stopping by as well. Morgan says, I'm Max Cons with Shinsho now. I got 1 C1 Diluc, but actually wanted Elu, so you win some, you lose. I get you. I feel you. Yeah. Makes sense. Rough. Also. Yeah, Eulu is one of the ones where like I lucked out mad, and then I looked around the community and everyone got shit on. Everyone lost the 50-50, and I was like, that video did not age well. Made a lot of people probably upset. Love says, feel free to correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe it's pronounced niece? Like a niece? Oh, oh my god! That makes so much more sense and it's so nice! I'm the worst! Niece. Niece. Okay. Yeah, sorry, I'm an asshole. So sorry. Forgive me. That's a lovely name. I'm just yeah, and my brain just goes to whatever. Again, it's like oh man, sorry, I looked up a dyslexia thing, and it was, I told you guys this a couple days ago. I made a joke about it, but I was just like I never really knew. But then I looked up all the, like, you basically answered a bunch of questions, and I'm like, I answered all of them correctly. Oh no, because it basically asks you, like, do you find this happened? And again, I could just be self-diagnosing myself, but I'm pretty sure you guys can back me on this shit. Anyways. Akash says, I like his insane laughter near the end of the song. Yeah, it makes it like a Disney villain vibe. Yeah. Jamal says, I was playing Let It Die on my brother's PS4, and he sold it to my my story is similar. Weird. Again, is it because you guys like your brother owned the PS4 or whatever, and he's like, hey, it's mine, I'm selling it, which is weird because usually your parents buy it for both of you, which is odd. Royal says, all-rounders my favorite, but they are only good for basic pub killing, grind, and testing. So, yeah, there's a weird, like, specific character you can go to, which is, I never went that deep. I always just made my striker fit work, essentially. Which is probably why I didn't get as far. Fluff says, crutch words, yeah, some stuck with yeah, I got ums too. I got ums for days. And I don't got that only seems a little caveman-y. Yeah, like was also there. See, instead you have to get creative like your boy and say basically when things are like, I always laugh my ass off on like older videos, and I still do it. But like it literally basically is a word where I just like, I'm like, what the fuck was I talking about? Panic, panic, panic. That's what it was. Or like I'll be like, basically, because I'm explaining it to myself to make me find where I left off, essentially, which is madness. Anyways, Fluff says main justification for buying the BP battle pass would be if you already completed it for the season and want one more weapon. Yeah, it's true. Yeah. You should never buy the battle pass before you actually have completed it. That's big mistake. I think I did that once, and I was just like, what the fuck? But I also got a character that I needed to have a weapon for, so I was like, one of the season pass weapons. I'll get it. Let's spend this money. And he says T. It was his. What do you mean? Jamal says, when I play Let It Die, it feels like I wasn't alone. So thanks for the video. Oh, thank you. That's so much. That's so amazing to hear, Jamal. I love hearing that, man. Because to me, the reason why like Let It Die was even remotely successful is because I was just like, I'm kind of struggling with some shit here. Why not like specify some things? And that was funny because there was so many channels that like did it, but didn't like they went away essentially, and it was just me. And like a part of me that happens a lot of times where I'm like, I really like I'm gonna start doing something, and then eventually I'll see the peripheral, and I'll be like, oh, that person with like 1 billion subscribers is doing this as well. Well, I'll still try my best, and then all of the people left because it's kind of a niche game. And at a certain point, it kind of slows down immensely. So instead of being like, well, fuck it, I'm leaving too, I was like, well, wait, I'm gonna try my best. And then I made videos for people who were as crazy as I was, who were like, I'm willing to try, or I want to succeed, or I don't have any game to play because I don't have any money, so I'm just gonna figure this out. And yeah, and that worked out. But again, I think it was also part of it was just that there was nobody making Let It Die content, which is not true. There were a lot of amazing channels, and if I could go back and do stuff differently, I would have tried to, I think, spotlight those channels a little bit more because they were wonderful. There were a lot of like people who were just doing incredible things, and yeah, like just killing like Forcemen and stuff like that. And I could have gave them a shout out and gave them credit and appreciated them, as well as give the community at large more information about how to do things. Which is a regret a little bit. Not a regret. In the future we'll change that shit if I get another chance. I do miss making like those cheeky guides though, because those were fun, but those are also a good bit of work. But I'm at the point where I probably should move back towards doing those kinds of videos, I think. But we'll see. Mulligan says, I thought you were dyslexic a few years ago with the candle wolf, etc. Or decal or decal or whatever the hell I say. I don't even know what the right one is because my brain's just like, forget about it, move on. I don't mean anything, but I know, Mulligan. Yeah, you're nothing but sweet. You've been here many times. I try not to see the worst in people immensely. Well, that's my hope, at least, my aim. Sometimes I fall short, so forgive me on those moments. And he says, what are some things you are getting into lately that you like? And Nice, I'm so happy you asked, because I want to talk to you guys about this. So you know how like a while back I was getting really into like making masks? Like and shit. So I'm subscribed to a lot of these channels that do like clay work because it's basically like a big part of it. And I was really into masks for a hot minute. You guys might be like, but Grin, you fell off of it, right? No, I ran out of time and I was encountering like a lot of brain fog, and I had all the desire to do it. I just couldn't like force myself to kind of like do it because my brain just, I didn't have the energy, and it's a long process of creating a helmet or a mask. Regardless, point being, I seen a video of this amazing clay guy who he makes working with clay look like it's easy as hell, and I seen it and I was just like, I'm getting that itch again. I want to do it because I never fell out of love with it. So I really wanted to get back into it, but anyways, point being is no, not yet. Maybe at one point I will, but right now I'm doing the whole like business studying stuff. But yeah, and yes, that's essentially what I'm currently getting into, is a lot of like marketing and business, because I've been putting stuff like that off for a long time, and I kind of vilified it in my brain of like, I don't want to be a marketer, that's weird. I don't want to do the business side of YouTube because, you know, I believe that there's like a purity to the creativity aspect of YouTube, and I just come to find out that's entirely bullshit, for me at least, because there's so much fun and interesting things that can exist within that process of like, again, I think that's something that was a lie that I taught myself, I think, which is the idea that creativity and like, I don't know, I think the way it kind of like reared its head in my mind is like game developers versus publishers, where I just associated like the publisher with this asshole company that's like maybe useful but always becomes like a devourous entity that like eats creativity and like spits out money, and like kills the creativity in the process, you know? So I had that kind of misconception for a long time, and then I come to find out, no. If anything, logic and like reason and like systems can anchor you to the ground, so that you can keep producing creative content. So like the best question, the way I could describe this is, what happens when you're no longer creative? What happens when you're tapped out, like you're super just blech? Do you just like stop, or do you just accept that you're like you can't write anymore, you can't draw anymore, you can't do anything anymore, or do you go out and try to find inspiration, but that's not working? So then what do you do? And that's when like systems and understanding the process and understanding how to gain tools, and understanding what like the systems that you need to appease are, like to create value. Like it's funny because I'm listening to this, or I was listening to this book, and this book, Dale Carnegie with Winning in Mind. No, Dale Carnegie, How to Win Friends and Influence People. There's this story in the book that's really interesting, but it's this story about this artist that used to constantly come to this like business place and try to sell his paintings, and for whatever reason, very, very few people would ever buy from him. And then eventually one of the people constantly was like criticizing his painting and saying like, well, I don't really like this and this and this. And then eventually he changed his perspective of, okay, wait, this person's buying the painting. So as much as I have my creative freedom, I still need to like make something that he likes himself. And then that can be creative. I don't have to like I can make something creative for him that he would like. So then he made art, went to show it to this business guy. The business guy said, yeah, I don't really like this, or I think this would look nicer. And he said, okay. And he was starting to write it down. And the business guy was like, oh, okay. And he kept going. And then the artist came back with like 4 paintings that were all kind of similar to all of them. And the guy bought all of them. And this is like one of the stories of one of the most famous, wealthiest artists in the world. And basically the guy found out like, okay, wait. Like the process of what this is people need to buy or be interested or just desire my art. I can't just expect the world to want it. I need to find out how to make them want it. And that can be said for just about goddamn everything. But I don't know. That's like an instance where I would have thought that like creativity or like creation would be pure and just kind of magical. But in a sense, no, it can come from a place of like, it needs to have a foundation or else it's never going to survive. Hence why game companies, yes, do need publishers. Again, I still come from the mindset of I think publishers cannibalize creativity to an extent in which it's destructive to the end goal, but nevertheless. Anyway, really rant aside, that's what I'm doing. Learning about marketing stuff finally. Like just the back end of YouTube things and stuff like that. But it's hard to apply what I've learned until I'm done everything. So that's kind of like I told, I think, you guys about I was going to like try to do it with biomutants. I'm kind of doing it with biomutants, but I'm also like, yeah, I'm not quite. I need to like finish the entire program that I do and read 2 other books after that, and then I'll be like, okay, it was either a success or it was not. And at the point where I'm at right now, it was a total success for me in terms of just like finding ways to learn things and etc. It's just been good. The process itself has been helpful. Thank you for asking. Mulligan says, I thought you were... Alright, read that. Mulligan says, still titled at losing the 50... What? Still titled at losing the 50... What do you mean? What does that mean? Fluff says, I fail into, like, crunch. I fell into like crunch, but also try to use words like akin and interesting. Okay. Oh yeah. Oh, I see. So like your bumper words are like and akin, or ah. I've never heard akin. That's an interesting word though. That makes it like akin to. And then you just have to find anything that make okay. That's awesome. I love how you can see the rationality within people's word choice. Anise says, I feel like you helped Let It Die a lot. I'm not so sure about that, Anise. I did my best to try to help me, essentially. What I mean by that is not like, get mine. It was like whenever I had a struggle in the game, I was like, well, I might not be the only person. I'm not unique. I'll make a video to help my younger self who didn't know how to do this. And I had to like spend 10 minutes on the Reddit to figure out what the fuck's going on. And then I made those videos. But I feel like people would have found their way nevertheless, or another content creator would have reared its head and stuff like that. I just try to streamline things. and it worked out a little bit. But it makes me so happy to know that people keep popping in here and be like, you helped me out a lot. And I'm like, that's amazing. I did my best. Yeah. And it's you guys. You guys did everything. I just, did nothing. I cut together some clips and was silly on top of them. Fluff says, sometimes you just lose touch with your muse/inspiration. Glad to hear you haven't burnt out on making math. Yeah, no. Dude, I don't know, Fluff. I hear a lot of people talk about like how they're burnt out and shit, and I don't know. I don't know if I'm just a freak. But, and maybe this is bad because one day it'll come for me, but man, I feel like I've been there so many times where like you're just tired, you're exhausted, you're not inspired, and it's those moments that define you as a person who can create stuff. You know what I mean? It's like that's the moment that matters, and I've had 1,000 of those moments, and I don't know. To me, a part of me thinks, there's definitely something for recharging. Like that's something that like I find if I don't take Sunday, which is today, and really try to make it like a bullshit, don't do anything, just completely relaxed kind of day, even though it makes me feel a little unfulfilled to not do anything in the day, I end up hating the outcome. I end up hating the outcome of what happens when I don't take a day to rest, essentially. Even though I feel like I'm like, no, I want to feel like I did something today. If I don't take that day, then everything just kind of falls apart big time. Also, what's good, Sammy? Hopefully I'm saying that right, Sammy. Love the avatar. I love the thumbnail or profile pic. good old Naruto and such. Fluff says, I think Destiny 2 Bungie is a perfect example of showing that it's not just publishers that are guilty of the sin or of the... Yeah, that's true. That's real true, Fluff. A lot of people won't admit that, man. I still see people were like, guys, Destiny, now that fucking Activision's gone, you don't even know. It's just gonna be great. And I'm sitting there like, like for the first couple weeks it was really cool because like Everest was, or whatever, Tess Everest was starting to take a backseat, and I'm still kind of like, it still seems like a pretty goddamn odd game. But now we're at the problem where like, well, I don't know, man, because like to me I still see like Bungie in a weird light, because I don't know, every time that like I think they should have stopped. I mean like full tilt stopped giving us old weapons, because to me every single time they do that I'm just like, what is happening? Like what? Like I think that's the problem with some things. I think you get to a level of success where people are just stricken by fear, and they're like, if we deviate or if we do something interesting and different, that could make people afraid or make people not like put it down or something like that. And it's like, yeah, but it's a self-proclaiming prophecy. You know, it's like in the fear of not wanting this to happen, you're making it come into existence by not changing, by not doing something that's interesting and different. It's kind of like one of the things I'm also learning about in marketing stuff is how no one ever creates the current powerhouse never creates the next powerhouse. It's always a random entity that becomes that. An example that was used in the marketing program that I was using was that theoretically the people who made, I think it was computers, should have theoretically been able to make like really, really good software because they made like really, really good computers. But no, Microsoft ended up making one of the best softwares, as well as Apple, etc. was made one of the best softwares. So then you would have assumed that the people who made such good software would have made the best search engine. But they didn't. Google made the best search engine. And you would have assumed that Google, with its massive enterprise for data and like ads and being able to run across the whole internet, would have made the next social media. But it didn't. Facebook and Twitter and all that shit came. So it's like it's never the same person because they get afraid, and people associate what they are before they're there. So yes. Sammy says, when is the next Let It Die stream? Sammy, probably not until there's like a sizable update, my friend. Again, if there's any ever news on Let It Die, I'll probably jump back into it. But I don't know, man. At this point, yeah, I don't know what else I could do in Let It Die, besides the Forceman. And I have zero desire in my heart of hearts to get into that bit of business. So forgive me. But yes, probably until there's, again, if there's new content, your boy will run back and cover that shit fast as hell. Please yell at me if you do see any new content, though, because I sometimes am a touch complacent and don't see it. But yes. Mulligan says, I plan to watch all of your Biomutants videos, even though I don't have much faith in the game. The Ratchet and Clank comment resonated with me. Really? Yeah, I love that game so much, man. But yeah, if you don't get enjoyment from it, then ignore the love me. But yeah, if you happen to tune in and you enjoy some of the parts, then yes. But I will say, a lot of the Biomutants, like a Biomutants video is coming out today. And it's about like it's just us fighting a world boss, and it's kind of me reacting to like the negativity to the game essentially. But then the next batch of Biomutant videos are kind of what like I'm trying to do in terms of like marketing. Like I'm trying to make sure I can give people information. I'm also trying to make sure I can showcase it. I'm also making sure I can have fun with the video I'm making, which is like showcasing cool weapons. So yeah, but we'll see how that all pans out. 2 more runs. Fluff says, you either die the developer or you live long enough to become the publisher. That's perfect. It's super akin. Yeah, that's what we're talking about. What's good, Silo? Silo says, hey, Grin. Playing with a Bido and Eula team, Super Conduct is fun. Yeah, man. If you have enough energy recharge Bido, I bet that could be huge. But also, yeah. It's a shame because, like, to me, Fischl just works so well with, like, Eula because you can just give her the same Pale Wind. Like, this domain has Pale Wind set and the Monolith set, which is just really good for Fischl specifically. I'm not sure if Bido could use it as easily because her E isn't, like, on a consistent interval, but yeah, I don't know. Yeah, also, yeah, Fischl's just kind of fucking made for what's her name, Eula. Also, Fischl's just made for everyone. She's just good. And again, I'm not sure if you guys have been seeing some of them leaks, which I don't want to spoil anything, but apparently, yeah. I'm not sure if I want to fuck you over right now and tell you what some Genshin, like, well, they're not, that's the thing. There could be bullshit. That's the best way I can describe it. This is not confirmed. This is like deep nonsense leak territory, where it's basically just me like ranting about like, wouldn't this be neat? But because we know in the story of Genshin Impact that the Electro Archon is basically obsessed with immortality, people are assuming that her kit is going to have something to do with time dilation, so like freezing time, and people are assuming that her alt is going to basically be kind of similar to Mona, where basically you'll use her alt, you'll deal as much damage as you possibly can, and then it will basically use all the damage that was given in the time of her alt being activated, and it will cycle that forward and hit, which I think is a really cool idea, if just to use in other characters in general. But what was else I was going to say? I don't know. Apparently she's going to be a support character, but if you unlock her constellation, she'll become more and more DPS-like, which is interesting, but also kind of shitty, because you kind of want a main DPS Archon, but yeah, probably going to just be another support if you don't have all the bells and whistles or all the money in the world. Yeah. Having the base game come free whilst vaulting most of its content goes to show Bungie fell into the live service rabbit hole. You'll still pay the same amount and more for the base game. Yeah. Jamal says it is bad that MK Shaolin Monks is my favorite Mortal Kombat. I don't know. I'm not sure. It doesn't ring a bell necessarily. I'm sure if I seen him, I'd be like, oh, that guy. Yikes. But yeah. Shaolin says, Shaolin Monks was great. We need a robot remaster of it. Okay. A reboot, or sorry, a remaster of it. Okay. Mulligan says, left myself, I could actually play that RN if I wanted. I thought I was fun, at least when playing co-op. Okay. No one talked about it, so I thought I was alone. Oh, apparently not alone here. Fluff says, I'm glad you are enjoying Biomutant. As all started with me simply asking if you had any interest in a couple of weeks before. Yeah, no, because I was seeing the game for a while, Fluff. I didn't really know what it was going to be, and the content that I did see of it actually kind of fucked up my experience, because like it was just content that was like old ass footage. So I was like, this looks scuffed. It looks like a cool idea, but like not enough money is in it. But then you're like, actually, it looks pretty okay if you just see new gameplay. And I was like, okay. Also, man, I've just been craving like a game with RPG mechanics, you know. Also, again, the one thing I don't think people can really deny is Biomutants has a lot. It's doing stuff that's different, maybe to its detriment, but it's doing stuff that's trying to be unique, I think, which is nice. For me, at least. I hate when you switch and you don't immediately get to, like, fire off your character. Yeah. Oh! Mulligan says, I'm pretty sure you can play as Scorpion and Sub-Zero. No, not sure how you go about that, though, since it's been so long, Jamal. When is the Mortal Kombat movie coming out? Or has it come out and people have not said anything about it? Because that's typically how Mortal Kombat movies go. Or people say too much about it. I don't think we got a single crown once again. Well, we got a purple crown, so, like, massive, I know. Fluff says, was also glad Kara closed despite surrendering the game when she decided to check the game out. Wasn't even sponsored and found she liked it a lot for what she played. Okay. For what is it? Oh, from Biomutants. Yeah. Silo says Bido is currently at 109 ER. What is that? But her crit is 125 with 30. Okay, so is it like 30 crit rate plus 6? I'm lost. Silo, I'll be honest, that was the hardest thing to understand for like crit rate and crit damage stat scaling for me. I don't know the terminology maybe. Fluff says she didn't plan on making a series out of it. She might come back to it or play it off stream otherwise. Yeah, Fluff, that's one thing I get it, but it seems like a lot of VTubers and streamers, they don't finish games. Like they play them for like a little night and that's it. Which I get, because you don't want to, part 8 of anything is always going to have like 60% less views than the first part or whatever, because it's just like, yeah. But also, you're creating, like, that's one of the things I wish I could tell some content creators is that, like, there is, and I fall ill for this as well, essentially, but it's finish the series. And I used to be really good about this. Now I'm not so good anymore because it's just kind of, yeah. Which is why I don't even do series anymore. But people who do like Let's Plays or start from the very beginning, there's a huge value in finishing it because you're basically creating like a value package forever. So you're constantly going to have this in the future, people finding that Let's Play or that video series and then binging the shit out of it, Spark says, who are the good mid-game DPSs in Genshin? Who do you got, Sparks? Who do you got? Because for me, it entirely depends on who you got. Ones that I think have a decent amount of potential, that you have a high likelihood of getting, is of course Razor. Razor is pretty attainable. Also, if you build Sucrose right, she can be a DPS. Also, if you build Bennett right, he can be a DPS. If you have Shincho, he can also be a DPS. And also, they're just great substitute supports, all of them, except for Razor. Razor's kind of a selfish DPS. A lot of people go to Xing Yan. I don't know, man. I feel like she kind of, yeah, he's okay, but not like amazing. For me, at least, Kaya is strong as shit if you get the right artifact set, but you gotta hunt down a domain and bust that shit open in the winter Dragonspine business. If you get fucking Yenfi's stacked, dude. If I could tell you the best free-to-play experience is you get Yenfi. You just get one version of Yenfi. I think that would just make you have just such a good fucking experience because she feels great to play. She also smashes so hard and Vaporize is so strong. If you have her with Shincho, she's just fucking silly. And yeah, you can throw any support at her and she's just gonna profit essentially. Yenfi is one of those characters where I'm like, man, like Razor doesn't really play with too many people besides shielding characters and like, super conduct, so an ice character. But man, Yenfi, I don't know who she doesn't play well with. You know what I mean? Like everyone. Bennett could be used, Noelle would be good, Official, of course, Shincho, any support that you can do damage outside of just having them out seems great. So, but yeah, it depends. I don't know what you have. You gotta let me know. DPS Barbara is possible, but that's one thing that I always I'm like, all right, guys, I know there's a lot of characters that can be a lot of DPSs, but it's about how like readily available a person can actually do that. You know what I mean? Whereas like, is the DPS coming from their talents? Is their DPS coming from like an elemental reaction? So you need a high elemental mastery? Like, yeah. Fluff says DPS Albedo. It's possible, but Albedo is one of those people who like you can just build to like be a support and you can use him as a DPS, but you can also just use him as a really good support. So it's like you can but it's basically running like 4 supports essentially rather than like a DPS and a support, which is fine. Also, he's a hell of a tank, so yeah, there's that as well. Ba-ba-ba. Oh, so what's good? Saki popped in saying, giving Hu Tao Queen her first crown. Ooh, nice. Love to hear it. Which skill? I assume her E? Do you think it's better to crown a 5-star or a 4-star that has max talent, so like talent 13, or do you think it's better to max out a talent of a 5-star? I'm kind of thinking about that with Eula and Razor. I don't know. I need to hop back onto Biomutes. I have fallen into the slump lately where I haven't been filling up for much and isn't routine like my daily Animal Crossing or pass. Dude, Fluff, my God, you just said the thing that just hit my heart right there. I'm the same way. I'm sitting in the back of my head. Every time I go to Biomutes, I enjoy my time, but I still am the asshole who jumps on Genshin in the morning and like just quickly get my dailies done, or my stupid fucking artifact farm, and I'm kind of just like, what am I doing? And I don't know why. Maybe it's because there's like, I think that's also the problem is Biomunes potentially has like a lot of content there. Like I'm like, oh, I don't want to do this side quest because this could be a video and a helpful video at that. So I'm stuck in that like fear loop, which we just talked about like developers of like not wanting to do anything because they're worried about like, well, actually my instance is I want to do it. That's the thing. I just want to do it on a video. But I'm kind of like sitting there like, wait, any side quest could be important to film, and I'm like, I can always load back a save or like just explain what people would need. Yeah, so it's not like it's silly. It's just nonsense. Silo says it's energy recharge. Oh, and yeah, 30% chance. And it's okay, gotcha. Okay, the crit chance is not that crazy, but you got a shit ton of energy recharge. What you're saying? Gotcha. That's wild. Love says my brother had the same. Same though regarding HoloLive, but most of them do dedicate time to finishing games. I can't just take a long. Okay, just take a long time. Sorry. The schedule difference things each week. Okay, that makes sense. That's good to like keep current people satisfied whilst introducing new people because you're trying new things. For example, sets one main game as the series, and the rest are just keeping things of variety. Okay, that's smart. That's really smart. I didn't think about it that way. I just see them kind of jumping around games. Maybe it's because that's the videos that they make, because no one wants to watch like 8 parts of something. Jamal says, I came out. You'll either love it or hate it a little. The Mortal Kombat movie. Oh, it came out. Oh, shit. I didn't hear anything about it. Golly. I don't know. I tend to not dislike most things. So yeah, in terms of movies, yeah. Jamla says DPS Barbara. DPS Barbara is a thing, but kind of like a whaley thing, and like not a normal human thing because of various reasons. But yes, possible. It's water, and water like. Vaporize introduced with a water being the execution of the reaction scales way harder than like executing it with fire, so theoretically it kind of works. Kind of. That's sort of what I do with my Alberta. My whole team is DPS / supports for yeah. It's a support team, it seems like, which works, by the way. It's also fun because you can just like cycle through E's forever, which is fun. Also, people were speculating that the new Electro Archon was going to be a battery. So she was going to have an E that basically just, she can spam constantly. Or it was something like she puts down something and it pulsates and like gives you a random energy cube, which is interesting because, you think of the Electro Archon would be able to like, generate energy for you in a weird way. Does Barbara scale her damage off healing for max health so it's possible to be DPS? I think it's more fluff. It's that, again, I think it's Vaporize. The reason why Vaporize Barbara works is because she scales off of like Vaporize. Vaporize is 100% damage amplification when it's fire and then you hit with water. If it's water and then you hit with fire, it's 50% less. So I think that's kind of how it's played, which is why Tartaglia is kind of so stupid. Otherwise, back in the day before all the damage buffs were applied, or all the damage artifacts were introduced, people could still one-shot things with Tartaglia. And Tartaglia doesn't really hit things hard. He hits things fast, which is different. Let us go to our a teapot and grab some shit. I think I haven't grabbed my coins yet. Carthage says you should max out my talents, Grin. What do you mean? What do you mean? I should max out your talents? I don't know what that means, Carthage. Seems weirdly. Seems weird. There we go. I don't want to switch trust rank. Oh, I can switch to the next final realm and get nothing out of it. Yeah. Go team. I don't know. I do want to go to trust rank and cash in my coins and back out because I want to make a video being like, beat Serena Teapot. Oh, also I didn't learn my my things. All my new bells and whistles. Harvest season stall. Wonderful, magical, interesting, all that. We did it. Did we do all of it? Oh yeah, so we know everything. We have gotten every single blueprint that is attainable. Boom! I think that's what that achievement was. Nice. Mulligan says, I think she does. Fluff, yeah. Actually, that may be Chicha. No, I think Barbara does scale off of healing something. I'm not sure if it's her damage, though. I thought it was like she benefits from healing or something. To that effect. What did she scale off of? Yes. Where is it? On hit. Did it say here? Yeah, it does. Okay, so her ease scales off of her HP. So if you build her for HP, she gets more healing, but I don't think she gets more damage on a passive. I think. Although maybe this does. No, it's regen, so it's not attack. Maybe it does scale up her attack if you have more HP. I don't know. Regardless, shit's wild. Cool for Barbara. I'll never level you up. Get away from me. Anyways, although is there a thing here today? Let's see. Weapons. I need to level up this thing's raw material. I'll just give you all the bells and whistles. Any of my boys can be a DPS, says Sekiri. Just a weird sentence, but okay. Okay. Fluff says probably the Animal Crossing is the latest entry, barely even punishes you for missing a day, so there's very little reason for me to play it daily. And yet I do anyway. Yeah, but it's because you enjoy it. It's your peaceful game. It's like your inner peace game. Also, is this available today? It is. What did I need? Was it books? I think it was books. Because it says, shh. Oh, I need to condense my resin. We could have done it at the fucking thing. Why does Carthage say shh? I don't know what that means. Are you shushing me? I don't like it. I don't like the context. I guess we'll burn some condensed resin. One condensed resin. Just so I can start getting the bow a little bit leveled up so Venti Official can have a decent weapon. Yes, let me spend a thing. Ooh, we're starting to get low on a condensed resin. Hate it. What else is there to do in Genshin, though? I was only able to compress one stack. It's real not good. Shit. Fluff says, Kara also streams for 5 hours almost every time, and half of or 2/3 of that tend to be her chatting and reading super chat. Yeah, man, that's people be crazy. Good for them. I'm like, I don't know. Like, to me, I think the only thing I could ever do is 3 to 4 hours, and I'm already barely at 2. But nah, I shouldn't say I'm barely at 2. I think I could make it to 3 pretty easily. It would just have to be like something. But also, I don't know. I feel like I get a little stale after like a couple minutes, after too much. You know, I'm sure people are like, I'm ready to stop. I get it. I understand. What are we doing? We're going to. Oh no, I wanted to go to official, and see what the bow needs to level up. We need a book. Books. Books. What should I use? Cryo, fire, and electro. Will this team work? I just kind of want to play with Eula, so this might be a nightmare, but we only got one condensed resin run, so might as well have fun. Unless we can't complete it, which is possible. Carthage says, I am the most secret Genshin character, Grin. You need to get me on your team and max out my talents. I trivialize every other character. What are your abilities? or your ability is like some sort of, like it's like a shout ability, and then you never really know what he's saying, but then you decrypt like the weird kanji that appears when he speaks, and it's just a shit horrible pun. That's not what it is. And the enemies are like disgusted and they get frozen or something. Wild shit. Fluff says, just wish she didn't apply a wet status. It makes her less desirable unless you've got her C6. Yeah. Carthage is just the fire icon. It's the fire archon coming in 10.5. Mulligan, don't do this to me. Oh man, gee, it's such a far way. Fluff says, and then she's just a cooldown free revive whilst in the party, but no, yeah, it's true, it's silly. Yeah, her, she's not a great character. Fluff says, I just hope whenever Cryo arrives, that it ends up being a playstyle I like and not some meta niche nonsense. Yeah, it's a good sentence. Jamal says they need to make it more easy to change elements with travel. Yeah, like you can like pivot between elements. That'd be cool. Like hold a button. I'm hoping so, man. I'm hoping so. Fluff's idea of like switching weapons is also a thing applied. Kara did an endurance stream to celebrate reaching 1 million subscribers. Set a personal record of 12 hours. Only broke it the next day with reading all of the. Yeah, I was about to say. How is their voice like go that far? Hot damn. Jesus Christ. Anyways, let's do this. We're gonna do one of these. This is a kind of a waste because you guys are broken in a way. You can't get affected by that. Also, my God, I'm the worst. I need to use my E first. Golly. Why is it's the stupid domain. Whenever you have a water stat, I think your E takes forever to come back. Hate it. Yeah, I need a cleanse character on this thing. God damn it. Why do you do this? I'm about to say, that should have a physical hit, you bastard. Shit. Do one of these. Hopefully that other guy comes over here. We'll do one of these. Keep that going. Try to burst down that thing. This is going to be rough. Think that will reach him over there? Oh, he dodged it. Isn't that just the best? God, I love you. Just never change. I picked the wrong element to bring into here, dude. This is rough. Let's do that, and let's do a quick charge. And we'll do this. No, keep hitting. Keep going. Please break before he... Oh. What happened? Did none of the damage went? I don't know. We did it. It was rough, but we got there. Boom. Give me my books. Whew. Carthage says, my skill is telling a pun that does non-elemental damage and ignores shields, and my ultimate is basically a meteor storm. Love the meteor storm. Everything else sounds like a little deranged, but yes. Fluff says, I couldn't say, unlike Ollie, who lost their voice and needs to take about a week off. Golly. To recover. Kara hasn't seemed to strain her voice. I think it's because some people know how to just like speak from the diaphragm, which is like talk through your, like at your belly almost. Apparently that's how singers can like sing for like 8 hours every day or some crazy shit. Yeah, it's like this way you can speak from your you don't speak from your lungs, you speak from your thing. Do you guys know why though Steve-O talks like the way he does? Is apparently because he speaks like he forces his vocal cords to speak. He doesn't speak like through normal means. Like a doctor came and seen, he's basically straining when he speaks like crazy. Which is like, oh my God, I always just thought he was kind of a character. Well, he is, but yeah. Let's level up the weapon a tiny amount because that's all we can do. Weirdly enough, I think I have a lot of purple variants of the books, but nothing else. Yes. And again, spending my resin not on Eula getting artifacts is, you know, sacrilege, some would say, but yes, it is what it is. Also, Mulligan says, keck. Is that what he's, yeah. Carthage says, the pun also heals all allies for 50%. Not Fluff. Carthage, I thought it was going to be the opposite. I thought it was going to take some damage. but what do you call it? I don't know. I don't know. I give up. Ladies and gentlemen, though, that is going to allow, we're going to start winding down as soon as I run out of materials to level this thing up. But you guys have been nothing shy of absolutely brilliant, and if I could see some of you guys next week, I would consider myself a very, very lucky man. Oh my god, we actually do have the perfect amount of everything else. Look at us go. I was not expecting to level this thing up that much. Hopefully Fischl actually starts hitting for some slight damage now. Hot diggity. Also Venti can use this as well, which is dope. Mulligan says, I thought Steve-O talked like that because of one of his injuries. Maybe. I thought I heard something to the effect of like Steve-O talks that way because he's always, basically he's not using his vocal cords properly. He's straining, he's speaking through his mouth, I think, not his vocal cords, which is wild. Which is why it sounds like he's forcing out words or oxygen every time he speaks. We did it! Actually, yeah, now it's pretty leveled up. I could condense this one into that one. How much does it gain from that? Also, what does this do? After using an elemental skill, receive a boon that increases your attack. No, it's not that good. Venti kind of could use this one. We also always have this one. Yeah, I don't think Fischl and them will... That's fine. We'll just keep Venti on that one. Venti's kind of fine where he is. He doesn't need any help. Let's refine this. How much do you give 24 on a base? It turns into 30. It's not that much of a gain, but whatever. Go fast and commit. All that. All right, Fischl's now a little more decked out. Love to see it. Decent amount of damage. We got an elemental master. What are you doing with stats, Fischl? Why don't you have any crit rate? What is that? Oh, that's why. Okay, yeah, I probably should level that up. I say, yeah, I gave you a crit rate helmet. What are you doing? It's attack percent. If it could go into crit damage, that'd be massive. I should probably refine that. Thank you for telling me. I feel better about my decision. good stuff. Good stuff. Fluff says plus 6% is heftier than it might seem. Yeah, it's because it's a whole percentage. Ooh, look at that. Went into critical flat stat. Went into attack percent. I'm losing my mind, guys. I'm gassed out. Also, I guess I could down my coffee and get through the rest of this. And by that, I just mean me. What do you call it? I ate like a big, like, just it's like eating McDonald's essentially. Like you're just kind of, your body's out of whack because it's digesting acid and shit, you know. I should stir this so it's actually getting all of it. All right, I should be fucking wired. That was a lot. I'm surprised no one threw in like a hey. Do a status points. No one did it. Some of you guys might be like, well, that's because you didn't do them last time, Grin. And then I'll be like, back off. You didn't remind me. Also, again, it went into attack flat. It's refusing. The good news is that actually I don't have a lot of these. The good news is this. Nope, it's still not great. It's still not a great amount of crit rate, actually. Oh, you hate to see it. But good bit of energy recharge, as well as now we have elemental mastery because of the bow. As well as I believe everything that she does is amplified with that weapon, right? Yes, elemental skill and burst do 30% more damage. Massive. Mulligan says, how is it not going into HP? When I went into a flat attacks, at least HP would be like, actually no, maybe attack status a little bit better than HP, fair enough, but you know, still not great. Love says, granted Fischl isn't a burst focused character, Stringless is great on Venti, possibly, oh yeah, Ganyu it's pretty decent, nearly 50% every other shot will crit. Yeah, we'll see. Hopefully we get to that point. But I gotta keep leveling up those artifacts. But ladies and gentlemen, oh my god, I gotta use the washroom. I still gotta cut my hair tonight. It's a busy night ahead of me. My chest. Sorry. Ladies and gentlemen, you've been nothing shy of absolutely brilliant and lovely. If I can see you on Friday, I'll consider myself to be a very, very happy man. Who? Is there anything? Oh yeah, no. Next Friday we're actually gonna be playing probably boating around. Yeah, because the thing comes out. Yeah, holy! Look at us go. Yeah, so next Friday, guys, we're probably boating around to the new island. We'll also probably be talking about Kazuha and seeing if. Well, actually, no, we're not, right? Because he comes out after after a Klee. But maybe Klee is like I think they're gonna have to build Klee to be an absolute monster. Morgan says, is Friday on Twitch? No. Friday is YouTube. Basically, it's YouTube, Twitch, YouTube. That's how our system now works. Until we decide to focus some more shit, we'll see. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for your time. I have to use the washroom like you would not believe. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, hopefully you guys do enjoy the rest of your day. I would love to see you on Friday, and take motherfucking care. And I hate that we can't rate people because it's just like wasted momentum. But love you and goodbye. Also, wait. That took like 4 minutes to install, and we get like 2 seconds of mileage out of it. But something. Anyway.